Guys, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are in the month of July. We are doing our monthly Life, Love, and Abundance Oracle readings. Again, I am using the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle as my main deck for the monthly reading, and I'm using a different oracle decks to also kind of complete the reading. I'll probably next month, we'll see, I don't know. I keep saying I'll do something different, but I keep being called to use the Mildred Payne for some reason. So that's what I'll do. But at some point in the future, I will be called, I'm sure, to use like tarot decks or other oracle decks. So just stay tuned. I have labeled each of the signs video marks, so that way you can easily get to the astrological sign tarot reading that you are trying to get to make it easier for you. And of course, this is a general reading, so it's not going to cover for every single Cancer on the planet. It's not going to cover every single scenario, every single future outcome, because it's a general reading. If you need further insight specifically on what's coming up in your life, what's going on in your life, needing some guidance, then hop on over to abundantlifetarot.com and check out the book a reading area. I have a whole plethora of choices for reading options for you. So you head over there. I'm also on Etsy under Abundant Life Shop. So you could, check out readings that I have there, because again, this is general reading stuff. This is not for each and every sign, for each and every person. I have to say that because every now and then someone will say, well, what about this or what about that? And it's like, okay, this is a general reading. Well, anyways, enough with that disclaimer. So just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your reading. Much love. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to me. And I do enjoy doing these readings, so thank you for watching. All right. See you all on the flip side. Hi, Cancers. We are doing your July monthly Life, Love, and Abundance reading. We're doing an oracle reading this time, no tarot, because we're using the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle as the main course, and we're using various oracles to get some additional insights. The first deck we're going to use is the Dear Heart Oracle, and we're looking at the overall overarching energies that Cancers who are watching this video, or people who love Cancers who are watching this video, that these Cancers will be facing and dealing with in the month of July. Spirit, thank you so much for your love and light and guidance. We are looking for the overall energies that Cancers will be dealing with and facing in the month of July. Okay. See any other messages? 3, 2, 1. Nice. I will take that. We shall take that. All right. First card that came up was Inspired. Love that. Then Creativity. And then Balance. There is a call for you to, first of all, you are inspired throughout the month of July to live your best life. You're inspired to be the best person. You could be the best parent. You could be the best, sibling or daughter or son or best friend or best worker. You're just inspired. And perhaps it's because it's around your birth, maybe it was the end of your birthday season and you're really just off that high from that time. But you're feeling inspired, creative, creating your best life right now. And for some of you, this is symbolizing that you finally achieve that balance that you have been so wanting in your life. You balance in work, balance in love, balance in life. Or for some of you are in a place where you are in a need for more balance in your life, more balance with inspiration, more balance with creativity. But when I see this beautiful palette of colors here, I get a sense that you're already kind of in this beautiful space right now. It wasn't easy for you to get here. So for July, for you to finally be able to experience this, Cancers, it's really a welcome sight. I don't get a sense that these are reminiscent of past energies, like you looking back and wishing you had inspiration, wishing you had balance, wishing you had creativity. I get a sense that these are current and future energies. All of these cards are what I call my future cards, if you will. So all of this is happening from July on forward, and you should be very happy about that. Let's look at what you should surrender in the month of July, or how to live your best life yet in the month of July for Cancers. What do Cancers need to surrender to live their best life? What do they need to surrender in July? It doesn't want to jump. What do Cancers need to surrender? Do they need to surrender anything? Maybe you guys don't need to. Oh, okay. Or maybe you do. I was going to say maybe you don't need to surrender anything. And that's wonderful too. All right, 2 cards jump. Surrender your ego and surrender the idea you can fix someone. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So again, Cancers, maybe there's a situation, whether in your personal relationships, maybe in your work relationships, maybe in, just general relationships, whether it's work or love or life, friendships. You're going to have to surrender the idea that you yourself have the power to fix someone else or have control over how they are behaving. You don't. It's just futile to try to do that, and surrendering your ego around that situation. Well, I'm sure this is going to get more clarified as we do the reading, or as the reading goes on, but just kind of marinate on that, because it's your ego that's kind of driving this behavior, that your need to feel like you have to fix someone, or that you can fix them, when in fact, no, your power is for you and only you. And that's it. Okay, so what we're looking at with the Mildred Payne is we're going to do a 3-row spread, and we're going to have within each row 3 to 5 cards. The first row is going to deal with what do Cancers need to confront in the month of July. What will they be facing in the month of July? What will Cancers be facing in the month of July? Okay. Any other messages for the... Okay. Okay. Instantly, I got travel over water. Instantly. But this is also dealing with emotions. We'll look at that in a moment. But instantly, it just flash travel. Okay. What tools can Cancers use in the month of July to live their best life, to deal with the things that they're going to have to face and confront? What tools? Okay. What tools? Any other tools? Okay. Okay, this is going to be a long reading. Sorry, Cancers. Spirit has a lot to say to you. All right, and what can we expect, or what will happen in the month of July for our Cancer friends? What's the outcome cards for throughout the month of July in life, love, and abundance? Okay. Okay. Put you here. Got it. And then I like to just lay out all the cards that I'm going to be working with so I can have them all on the table. Let's look at love first. Spirit and love for both our coupled and singled Cancers. What will be happening in the love arena, and what's the advice that you have for our lovely Cancers that they need to take heed? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. And then finally in the abundance area, what's happening and what can they do? What can Cancers do to bring more abundance? What's happening and what can they do to bring... Okay. Okay. We got some interesting cards that jumped this month for our Cancer friends. We have, yeah, some interesting stuff, but it's good. It's all good. It's always all good, right? Even when it's not so, it appears not so good, it's still good. Okay, so what we have here is children, and pay attention to the red flags. I'm going to shift this a little bit. I think we got everything. I want to make sure we can see everything in the... I didn't want to shift the camera because it'll make you guys dizzy. So I'll move the cards over. Okay. All right, guys. So let's dive right on into this reading here. So in the month of July, we have the Stick card. And that's about branching out on your own, taking a chance, going out on a limb, really putting yourself out there, maybe starting to venture out into hobbies that you hadn't done ever before. Maybe it is a long standing hobby that you're finally picking up again. Maybe it's one that you were shy with, but now putting your talents out. Maybe you're, into singing and you're joining a choir or doing karaoke. But whatever it is, you're putting yourself out there, putting yourself, stretching yourself. It's a good time for you. Maybe some of you are seeking jobs. So this is, when I see this card also come up, it's also about, putting yourself out there because, you're ready to branch out, leave the company that you're currently working for, leave the employer you're working for, leave a relationship that's no longer serving you. This symbolizes that is definitely what could be taking place in your life in the month of July. We have the number 9 here. You're going to be hearing some news again for some of you who are out there looking for work or putting your resumes out there. You're going to be hearing some news from some jobs, or maybe you're hearing some news about your current situation that's going to now cause you to do some reflection, some introspection, some looking at yourself, looking at the situation and wondering if you need to go ahead and move forward. But all signs point to you moving forward because you are seeking balance now. You're seeking a time where you can have creative outlets, where you can be living your most inspired life. And right now, for many of you, I'm actually recording this in June, mid-June to be exact, or almost, mid-June. And this is for July. I get a sense that right now, maybe you're feeling like you're being stretched too thin. Maybe people are kind of dogging you out, or you feel dogged out and you don't feel valued. You feel overextended and just not fulfilled. You want more balance. You want more balance in inspiration. You want more balance in creativity. And in the month of July, you get that. 24 is mirror. It's about that reflection. It's about that looking within, taking a look deeper, being okay with taking a look. Self-reflection, reevaluating your perceptions about what a current situation was, about a person whom you're with, about a job that you have. You are in this time, probably in the beginning to mid part of July, really doing some self-reflection, but you will be hearing some news, and it is dealing with you branching out. We have 43 for the orbiculum. Orbiculum is about sudden insights, prophetic glimpses into the future, searching for answers. You've been searching for actual real answers about things that have been going on in your life, and you're searching for the greater meaning of life kind of answers. But this is also saying that you have your own kind of, dare to say, psychic intuitions and abilities, and things are kind of leading you and guiding you on where you need to go, how you need to bring more balance into your life. So just know that this card is confirming that the insights that you are receiving in the month of July about what your next moves are should be listened to. They are divinely guided. Spirit is telling me that you will be getting lots of insights. Please listen to them. The messages you're getting in July is the messages that your heart has been asking for, the answers that you've been looking for. And these messages are specifically, Spirit is saying, coming to you because you asked. And you know what you asked for. All right. 18, water, is about, when we're talking about water, we're talking about changes, talking also about the advice of trying to remain as fluid and going with the flow as best you can during this time. Mysterious feelings are going to be kind of being under the surface. You're going to be dealing with mysterious feelings, maybe with a new mate. For some of you who may be possibly meeting someone, or dating someone new. Perhaps this is mysterious feelings when dealing with, just even a boss, a coworker, a friend, a parent. That's a lot of this murky, watery kind of stuff is going on in the month of July, where you're kind of wondering about your own emotions, wondering about the emotions of others, really being concerned with that. But really, this card is symbolizing you need to just kind of go with the flow, relax, don't get too upset about things. Remember your perceptions. Remember that sometimes what you're perceiving is not actually what's really going on. So just remember that. Also, for some of you or many of you, you will find yourself traveling over water or traveling on water or over water in the month of July. Let's see. So, what tools that you have at your disposal? Well, you have the heart card. And the heart card is about strong emotions. It's about making sure that this month is going to be difficult, or July, because of all the murky emotions coming up, in addition to the changes that you're shifting through as you try to bring more balance and creativity, inspiration into your life. That will cause some changes and ripple effects in your relationships with relatives and with people around you. But keep heart that everything's going to work out for the greater good. This is also saying keep loving your heart. Have compassion for those who have trespassed you. Have compassion for yourself during this time. Have compassion, compassion, compassion. Ooze compassion. ooze gratitude for the situation, or even for the person that you're having adversarial issues with. Have love, 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 love. Just permeate love. Figure out ways to bring more love. Have some rose quartz around you as a reminder, as a vibrational connection for yourself. Have affirmations, prayers, that you say when you are thinking about love. Don't, watch your thoughts. Make sure that those thoughts are not colored with kind of negative stuff attached, where they could be then bringing on about negative energies. So yeah, keep heart. 2, time, pressures, deadlines. This is about, you're going to be feeling a lot of pressure in July with deadlines. Just remember that, not everything is going to be able to get done as you would like it to get done and when you would like to get done. Make a to-do list, make a schedule, and then stick to it as best as you can, and have compassion for when you can't get to everything, and when things cannot get done, and when other people you feel have let you down. Still have compassion and love for them. Just because they don't meet your expectations doesn't mean that they're not doing what they need or supposed to be doing, okay? Everybody is working together as best they can. Trust that. Have compassion, compassion, compassion. We have 41 for fish. 41 for fish could represent for some of you pregnancy. Some of you could find yourself pregnant or finding out that you're pregnant in the month of July, while others are, you maybe already know you're pregnant. While this also could represent, again, a lot of unconscious thoughts, a lot of cards in your reading dealing with the unconscious or subconscious thoughts that are percolating, that are clues to where you're trying to go, what you need to do next. So pay close attention to that. That'll be good for you. This also could represent good fortune in your work house, good fortune in your love life, just overall good fortune. It could represent, though, that you may be suspicious of this good fortune. Like, could this be too good to be true? But there really is a tide turning for you. So you can trust it, okay? Sorry, I need to take a sip. And then we have Antidote 66. And the Antidote card is a welcome remedy to a toxic problem, a cure, a balancing force against negativity. The cure is going to be here, as you find. The cure is those sudden insights that Spirit said that they have for you. So listen carefully, listen to those. If you have dreams, have a dream journal next to your bed for the month of July. Try to, as soon as you wake up when you can, to jot down just a few thoughts of your dreams. These are clues. If you meditate, when there's kind of thoughts that kind of hit, and then once you wake up, try to remember what those are. When you're driving and you get those little aha moments, you have those little discussions with your God, the inner God in you, or your spirit connection. All of those are clues. That's the antidote. That's the cure. The 62 is underneath the antidote. 62, pitchfork, about rebellion, individualism, a violent uprising, conflict. So these sudden insights, it's going to be the antidote to the conflicts that's been happening, to the need for you to rebel. There's been something going on in your life that you felt you need to rebel in a relationship, in a work situation. But these sudden insights that are coming to you in July will give you the answers on how to deal with that conflict. And, again, it's with the antidote, it is a balancing force against negativity. For 22, we have the cat. It's about resurrection, an independent person, maybe a resurrection of someone coming back. Maybe for some of you who are single, this could represent someone who is resurrecting into your life and coming back and stirring up some old emotions. And you're trying to figure out, is this good, or are they bringing good with them? Or are they bringing misfortune like they did before? What's up with this person? So you're kind of a little hesitant. But this also represents following your intuition. Your intuition is on point this coming month. You may feel, because of all the stirrings of emotions, like your intuition, like you can't trust it. Spirit is saying, no, trust it. That's the one constant that you can count on through the month of July. Your intuition and the insights that you will be receiving and downloading answers. I cannot emphasize that enough, because throughout the whole reading, intuition, subconscious thoughts, unconscious thoughts keep coming up. So you got it. Just, pay attention to that. Then just make sure I got all my cards. Finally, we're looking at the outcome card. We have 32 for ladder. It's about ascension, moving up, stepping up in life, overcoming obstacles. So you've been dealing with some obstacles. You're going to be dealing with some obstacles in July. There's going to be some conflicts. Probably that has spilled out from spring into your summer, into July. There's some conflict springing up in July, maybe throughout, but overall, you're going to rise above that. That's what the ladder card is about. You're going to rise above it. You're going to be okay. You're going to be in a better position afterwards. You're going to have a high achievement because of it. So don't worry. It may appear to be stressful right now, but things are really unfolding as they need to be. 26 is for puppet, manipulation, brainwashing, having control over someone. Are you being the brainwasher, or are you being the brainwash? Be careful about that. There are, some energies going on where someone could be trying to kind of, if not just full on brainwashing you, kind of withholding certain things from you, kind of trying to manipulate a situation, manipulate you, so just be mindful of that. And the reason I say that, the reason why that seems to be the case, because you have some fears, some nightmares even around the situation. Like you may even have had some bizarre, malicious encounters around with this person, this loved one, with this worker or boss. And it is, it's causing you to want to rebel against them. It's causing you to want to retaliate against them. It's causing you to want to be, at times, like violent, but right now, it's certainly causing conflict. For some of you, it's within your home. It's going on within your home. But I get a sense that this is more about people considering moving in the month of July, or actually moving house. Or for some who are just considering moving in the future as a part of a life goal. That could be what this is about. But all this could be tied into one situation for many cancers, where it's in your home, or it's affecting your home life. Maybe it's not in your home life, like maybe there's no conflict there, but maybe there's some work stuff that's going on that's doing that. So yeah. Sorry, I heard a noise. I didn't know what that was, and it made my skin crawl, guys. Ooh, don't like noises that I like. Make sure it's not a critter. I don't have critters, but they scare me. Sorry. Could just be something that fell, which I think is what it was. Anyway, so again, you're going to have to surrender the idea that you can fix someone. You can't. So that could be tying into that too. When you finally surrender your ego around the situation that's been going on, and you finally surrender your idea that you can fix someone, things are going to go smooth sailing. And coupled with you going with the flow, following your intuition, listening to spirit, you're going to be okay. It's going to be all good. Now let's look at your abundance house. We have gratitude lists. I'll just read this here. It says, counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude, and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Oh, beautiful. Severed vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. So, this is advice on how to manifest abundance into your life. If you want abundance, what helped me to kind of accelerate the abundance manifestation in my life, I did have a gratitude list on the daily, in the mornings and in the evenings. Now, I have strayed away from that, but I am going to get back into practice for that myself because it's powerful. You just write a list of, set a list of 20 things in the morning that you're grateful for, 20 things in the evening, 10 things. Some people do many, many more than that. But it's important because it really helps you to ground into, wow, I am truly in an abundant and loving and giving and sharing universe. And I have a lot to give to the universe. Put on your gratitude list things that you're grateful for that you've shared with the world, that you were able to share. That's why your gratitude list should really be way longer than probably what we even can think of. But it really helps to bring about more abundance because it puts you into that vibrational energy easily. And then you've got to sever vows of poverty. That is what's holding you back from attracting that abundance. It's like, it definitely look more into how you can write up affirmations or create affirmations about letting go of that lack mentality, or even Googling that and finding ways to incorporate that. In terms of love, children are definitely impacting the relationships. Your love life is being affected by children. Whether you have children and you're trying to date and you're trying to figure out how that's going to work out, trust that it will. You just have to be creative and think about how you can make it happen with dating. Don't give up. Just because you may be a single parent doesn't mean that you can't enjoy your love life. You can. I did. Many people do. Also, single folks, please pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. There may be someone that's new in your world and you're really enamored with them, but you really need to pay attention to the red flags. Also, even if you're in a relationship, like for the cards, for children, yes, obviously people who are in committed relationships and marriages, if they have children, then it's definitely being affected. Your relationship's affected. Pay attention to red flags of things going on with your children this month. Maybe there's some bullying situations going on, and it's going to affect your relationship because of how you and your loved one wants to deal with that. Also pay attention to red flags on seeing if your spouse or significant other is having issues or something is coming down the pike that you need to be aware of and careful of. So, and then also some of you may be desiring to have children. And so again, the fish card could signal that yes, children are definitely on the way. And for some who desire children, this is symbolizing that, that yes, children may be impacting your relationship, and you need to, if you aren't conceiving right now, you need to maybe step back from worrying about having children, because that worrying is what's blocking that blessing. Okay? All right, my dears. Well, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you need further insights and clarification, definitely head on over to abundantlifetarot.com to check out some reading options and maybe get a more in-depth, personalized reading for yourself that's specific to your needs. Thank you so much for watching. Much love, many blessings. See you on the next video. Hi Leos, this is your monthly July love, life, and abundance reading. We're going to first look at the overarching energies for the month of July for you. Some of you will be celebrating birthdays. Happy birthday. Okay. What are the overarching energies that Leos will be working with and working through for the month of July? What are they working through? What's going on with our Leo friends? Not that many messages, please. 1 or 2 more cards. We're going to lay all the cards out and then discuss them, I think. Any other messages? Okay. Any other messages? 3, 2, 1. Okay. I don't want multiple messages. So, I think that's it. We're just going to go with that. We're going to go with that. So we got those. What do Leos need to surrender to have a really great month? To have a really great July? What do Leos need to surrender? What do they need to work on? What do they need to surrender? What do Leos need to surrender? Okay. Any other messages? Yes. Okay. All right. Stick you over here for a moment. So we got these, got some lovely cards popping up here. I likey. All right. Me likey, not I likey. Me likey. Now we're going to ask the main course, the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. This was the Dear Heart Oracle. This was the Surrender cards. Or excuse me, the Power of Surrender cards. All right, Spirit, we come to you asking for guidance for Leos for the month of July. For the month of July, what do Leos need to confront, or what will they be confronting throughout the month of July? So general reading. Looking at the overall overarching energies and themes for Leos in July. This is going to be a 3-row reading with anywhere from 3 to 5 cards per row. Looking at life, love, and abundance. Okay. All right, Spirit. What tools can Leos use in the month of July, or what will they have at their disposal to use to help them with dealing with what they have to confront? What tools can Leos rely upon? Okay. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, and finally, what's going to happen in the month of July for our Leo friends? Whether it's beginning, middle, or end, what are the outcome cards that are happening? Nice. Okay. All right. Nice. Huh. I love how they talk to one another. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay. Some elevation going on and enlightenment. Nice. Okay. Now I want to look at the love energies for both singled and coupled up Leos in the month of July. Spirit, what's happening in the month of July, and what advice do you have for Leos, both single and coupled? We want all the cards on the table tonight. I'm called to look at the entire table for all the clues. Engagement. Healing family issues. Okay. We'll go with that. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, and then finally we're going to look at the abundance energies for Leo for the month of July. What will be happening in the abundance arena for our Leo friends, and what advice do you have, Spirit, for Leos, to how they can manifest more abundance into their life? Okay. All right. Get everything in the frame. Okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So the first cards that jumped was the Dear Heart, and it was Intuition and Radiate. So in the month of July, Leos, you are going to be really having a call upon your intuition. Everyone has the gift of intuition. Even if you really feel like, oh, it may have misled you. No, it hadn't. What misled you in the past was you not listening to your intuition, you kind of following off on something else, but not really going off on your first hunch. And then you thinking mistakenly that your intuition has failed you, when in actuality, it did not. Your intuition all along has been guiding you. So this month, especially in July, you will be really relying on it to guide you. And for some of you, as a result of that, there's going to be so many opportunities to radiate happiness, abundance, sunshine into your life. Or this could be, some people following their intuition to get to what radiates in their life, while others, the radiating energies, life force energies coming from them is as a result of listening to the intuition. But intuition and radiating love, life, vibrance, just being a vibrant spirit. These are the energies that you're going to be experiencing in the month of July, and that's a beautiful thing. Some of you will be getting, being guided, like maybe on how to answer questions in interviews, or what jobs to apply for example. Some of you will be divinely guided to go to, to a place where you may meet someone. Some of you, and you're going to be radiating happiness, joy. It's, for some of you, summertime, and those who are in the southern hemisphere, it's winter time. It is the season in both hemispheres of just radiating love, happiness, and abundance. And so, but you're really going to be stretching your intuition muscles. So just be prepared for that. It's a beautiful thing, though. You should welcome that into your world. Surrendering to joy is paramount to your happiness, always. But particularly in July, either this card is just signifying this is what's going to happen, or this is an invitation for some of you to surrender to joy. Even when things start to get rough towards the middle of the month of July for some of you, remember this card. Come back to joy. Come back to what makes you joyful. Even if it's just moments of joy. Even if it's just seconds. You need to get back to joy. The card says a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. That is critical and paramount. And I think many of you get that finally. You finally get it to your core, and that's why you're radiating. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Some of you for a long time have had a strong fear of intimacy and have done things to sabotage your relationships. But this month, you're being called to finally to surrendering your fear of intimacy and just falling in love if you're at that point with someone, or being open now to having more of an intimate and authentic connection with a new partner. They may not be there yet in your life, but you're now surrendering your fear and ready to move forward with that. And I get that here with the engagement card and the Romance Angels Oracle. And then the healing family issues. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So once you guys, it's literally like a switch. I tell you, it's literally like a switch when you finally decide to surrender your fear of intimacy and finally say, you know what, I am no longer going to be bound by the shackles of fear in this area of my life. I'm now ready to ascend in my life. I'm ready to engage in a new way of being on this planet, and as I move forward and going out meeting my new partner. That's for those who are single. For those who are in a relationship, this card definitely can and confirm that your relationship is ascending. Many of you Leos to engagement status, or for some of you moving in with one another status. But nevertheless, an ascension in the relationship. And for those who are single, finally an ascension from moving from a place of fear to a place of empowerment and a place of ready to be open and to start to really open up. And that's going to open up so much for you. Part of surrendering your fear of intimacy is healing family issues. So in July, this is going to be heavy on your mind, but it's critical if you're trying to manifest and keep loving your life. Even for those who are in committed relationships, your fear of intimacy is still causing problems. You may not realize it, but it is causing some serious problems. Whether you are being too clingy, whether you are not trusting, whether you are, projecting, whether you are not being able to communicate well or articulate what's on your heart and your mind. All of that is going to affect your relationship, and you don't want that. You want ascension. But I get a sense, because this is sitting next to the Surrender to Joy card and underneath the Radiate and juxtaposition to the Intuition, that you're going to pick up on those clues. If you're in a relationship from your partner, you're going to listen to that and you're going to get back to joy, and joy is going to help you. But also what's helping you along and what you can't help but to do in July is healing family issues. Finally getting some closure on some of those old childhood wounds. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, or as you forgive the ones who took care of you, your caregivers, whether it's your grandparents or adoptive parents or whomever. Healing family issues, old ancestral issues, finally surrendering and letting those go. And whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, this is taking place. Some of you are having to say goodbye to loved ones, and you're being able to have some closure. And because you're able to have a certain level of closure, or maybe finally you have closure to a situation or a disagreement or conflict in a family with a family member, that brings about changes in your love life. You're now able to be in a better place because you've forgiven and you're able to move on, you're healed, and you're able to be more present and more engaged in the relationship, and more not so triggered by things that your partner do and say, that you're able to manage without going off the hinges and rails when things aren't going to what you think they should go. So it's quite interesting. I felt called to read these cards first before we dive into the Mildred Payne, and then finally bringing more abundance into your life, or what's happening is savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. Okay, Leos? So some of you have maybe been overspending or not saving at all. And so you're going to get a little more serious about it now in the month of July. You're really, starting to think about that. It's kind of just been, you want to make sure that you've got a little nest egg to rely upon when the time comes. And then take a divinely guided chance. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. And that's why I get a sense, and I'll tell you why in a moment, why I get a sense that some of you will be able to ace those interviews or decide to explore different jobs in your company or in your department at your current employer, or maybe venturing out, starting a creative project, writing a book, pursuing, an art career, or a person who can make crafts and make them and sell them, or perhaps you want to be an entrepreneur on the side. Take a divinely guided chance is what this card is inviting you to do, but saying that you will be doing in the month of July. You will be taking a divinely guided chance. And because you do, God is right there every step of the way with you, leading you to your next step, your next step, your next step, till you reach success. And so, that's why I get a sense that that's for many of you, if you were, thinking about looking for a new job or exploring something new, this card is confirmation that your July will be filled with those opportunities to do so, and an invitation maybe go ahead and start doing that now. Now, let's get to the Mildred Payne. All right, so we have the 63 for the Lighthouse. In the month of July, you are going to be finding that you're going to have the strength to weather many storms, and you've had in the past the strength to weather storms. The lighthouse is about illumination, things being illuminated. You're able to get help from something or someone helps navigate you through some troubled times that you're about to face. But also this card represents about the spiritual growth that you've been having over the past year and a half or so. You've really been on this journey, and although yes, you hit, just like with any person on their path, any ship going on its path, the ship may hit turbulent waters, but at the end of the day, there's the light that can illuminate the path and make it a little easier. And so you will be getting some guidance, some help, maybe from a friend or a relative, or perhaps just maybe your own divinely guided connection with spirit. And you're just going to be able to follow that intuition on knowing what to do, how to navigate certain situations more effectively, easily. We have 20 for boot. This is about travel. So for some of you, you will be traveling. It's next to the lighthouse, so I get a sense that, some of you will be actually traveling, maybe short distances, maybe far distances. Some of you will be traveling over water. Some of you will actually be able to see lighthouses where you're traveling. Some of you may be inspired by lighthouses. Some of you may be just, traveling on foot somewhere. Maybe going on a little staycation, but nevertheless getting to know your town. But you're going to be moving forward as well. This card also is talking about preparing for action, discipline, being disciplined. Maybe some of you, like I said, I get a sense there's a lot of work energies going on for you in July. A lot of passions being pursued and fulfilled. So you know, you're getting your ducks in a row. You're taking the steps, moving forward, going up to the next level. You know, maybe if you were interviewing, now you're being passed to the next level to get, you know, interview with the next level of managers or what have you. For some of you, maybe you're moving forward in a relationship with someone, ascension in your relationship, moving forward. In here we have the fire, which is next to the boot, and fire is about passions, creativity. Sometimes it can be about consuming emotions, and if we're not careful, utter destruction. So be careful with your emotions is what this card is telling me. You know, the surrender your fear, intimacy. If you're not careful, this flame could burn up and burn up your relationship. You have to be careful about that. About allowing your fears to kind of take over. Because I get it. You've been hurt in the past. It's hard to let your guard down with people. It's really hard to let your guard down with someone, you know, that is potentially a partner, and they may not take care of your heart like you would want them to. But you got to take that risk. If you don't take the risk, you're not going to have the opportunity to be able to have a relationship that grows and prospers, right? So you're going to have to get over that. You're just going to have to get over it. But this card is also about taking that divinely guided chance, about pursuing your passions, about radiating and surrendering to joy. It's about that too. And then number 2 is time. There's going to be a strong sense throughout the entire month of July where there's pressures, deadlines you're facing. Sometimes you at times feel like life is passing you by. And sometimes you feel like you're aging fast and not getting where you want to go before you get, you know, like to X age or what have you. But you need to just relax on that a little. Stay in the present, surrender to joy, stay in the present, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed by your schedule throughout the month of July, just get a calendar or go online or go on your, you know, cell phone calendar and start to make some, block out some times to get your tasks done, make a to-do list and tick things off. Manage your time. Don't let your time manage you, or don't let your day run you. You run your day. And then also don't worry about how fast or slow your relationship is moving or ascending or what have you. Don't compare yourself to others. There's no time for that. You need to focus your energies on living in the present, surrendering to joy, radiating your happiness and what stirs your soul, and navigating the stormy seas with as illuminated as a path as you possibly can. Meaning trying to keep your spiritual space, your heart space decluttered. You know, in the waters, there could be, you know, when there's turbulence, there could be a lot of things in there in the water that could hit you and hurt you. And you want to be able to have, you know, to be able to have clear way, even through storms. And how you do that, you're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to clear and cleanse and purge and burn away. And you know how we sage and burn away those things that are holding you back. All right. What tools do you have at your disposal? Well, you have the dagger, 19. 19 is about aggressions, hidden aggressions, and it's about no longer, you know, doing the passive aggressive thing. If you've got a problem with someone, articulate it, put it on the table, and move on. And I mean move on. I don't mean dwell on it or stuff it into your pocket of memories where it can then start to go into an archive for your fear of intimacy track. No, 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 no. You need to surrender those and let those go. Let go of those hidden aggressions. This is also saying, you know, for some of you, you may be dealing with a little bit of competition, but that's okay. You'll be fine. You'll come out on top. We have foot. So with the foot card is about, you know, gaining your balance and remembering to stay grounded in the month of July. You're going to have a lot of stuff going on. You're going to be pulled in so many different directions. Try to stay grounded. You know, take baths in Epsom salt. Go to the park. Walk barefoot in the grass. You know, sing songs. Dance. Very much stay grounded as physically as you can. Exercise. Get as much rest as you can. Building that stable, solid foundation for yourself is critical to your joy, to amassing joy in your life. So this card is saying that this is your tool that you rely upon, but that you will rely upon. Sometimes though, you'll have good footing in some parts of your month. Like you'll start off strong in the beginning of July. Then you get a little wobbly, a little weak-footed in the middle part. And then you start to remember your power again. And towards the end of July, you reclaim it and you utilize this tool. But look at this video if you need to as a reminder on what you need to be doing to really harness the power of the earth and the universe. 41 is for fish. Fish is about, for some of you, pregnancy. So some of you may be radiating because you're radiating that glow of being pregnant, that pregnancy glow. Some of you already know that you're pregnant. Some of you will find out that you're pregnant. Yay! Congratulations. Some of you will be dealing with some unconscious thoughts that have been kind of surfacing, coming up. But that's a part of the process of you healing your family issues, you surrendering to your fears of intimacy and doing that inner shadow work that's going to really help you to have a beautiful, abundant love life and a beautiful and abundant life. And this card also is a good indication of good fortune coming to you in July, like good news. If you, like I said, applying for that job, you get some good news about the job. You get good news about a new relationship. You get good news about possibly meeting someone. Good news about someone might be being into you, kind of feeling you. So good fortunes in the month of July. As we see, the cards all pretty much say that. There's not really a quote unquote bad or hard to take card. You have 10. This is also in the position of what tools that you can use or you will be using. And 10 is about knowledge. It's about bearing witness. It's about that inner knowledge and that the all-knowing kind of knowledge, that intuition, listening to your intuition. Your intuition has not steered you wrong and will not. Be acutely aware of it. It's giving you knowledge about your relationships, about your next moves for your career, about your life. So listen, jot down those intuitive hits that come. Jot them down in a journal so you don't forget. Sit with them. But your intuition's been speaking to you all along. Just listen, listen, listen. If it's saying something you don't want to hear, too bad. Too bad. 12, number 12 is for hand. This is in the outcome position. What's to happen? What's going to happen next? The hand is about giving and receiving help. So some of you will be helping someone, maybe helping a lover, helping a partner, helping a friend, and then you receiving a gift from them in return or a show of appreciation. This could be a give and take of the interview process. You give your application, you get a job. Or they receive that application and then they gift you a job, and it's that. Sorry, I've got a little frog in my throat. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Some of you in the month of July will be facing some adversity with the Saturn card, some hardships, having to deal with a little bit of control issues, some authoritarian issues. You could be dealing with some male sexuality or dominance. And that could definitely not help for some of you. Sorry. In terms of your fears of intimacy, that's certainly not going to help. But I get a sense that you're going to rise above the adversities that come. They're not going to be these major adversities. They're going to be things that you finally need to confront so you can be able to move on with your life. I say that because you're going to be on solid footing and you're going to move forward. Is what this row, like when I'm looking at these cards, I'm looking at them here, 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 and I'm also looking at them here and here and seeing if I see any clues that I need to mention. So you'll be fine. The adversity that you may come up, you know, maybe a bump in the road in terms of a cold or in terms of, you know, misstep in your budget planning or your, you know, balancing your checkbook or, you know, it's not going to be these major things. It's just going to be probably something that comes up and requires you to really say, okay, I need a good, solid foundation to really deal with the situation. And you will. You will. 52 is about the Ankh. It's about increased awareness, secret knowledge, life, and exalted power. It's about, again, following that intuition, and it's going to lead you to quote unquote secret knowledge, things that you did not know before. That's why I get a sense that some of you will be, you know, passions led to pregnancy, led to you finding out in July. Yay! Some of you will be passions, you know, some abundance happening and you realizing, wow, I had this inside of me all along. It's like a realization. It's like something revealed. You know, that secret knowledge finally coming to life. Your creations coming to life, being birthed up. Being fortunate, good fortune as a result of that. As a result of finally consistently listening to your intuition and radiating happiness. And then exalted power. You know, you're going to stop giving away your power to the future or the past and living and giving your power to the present. Your power is in the now. Your power is in the now, whether it's you're dealing with whatever. The reason why your power is in the now is because your thoughts have creative power. Your words have creative power. So if you want to change something about your schedule, don't just sit up here and complain. Say words of positive, you know, affirmation, and then shift your thoughts and then shift your actions. And you're going to be listening to your intuition. And workplace card. This is the factory card. Hard work, industrious, bringing ideas into reality. And again, I get a strong sense that some of you will be applying for and receiving jobs. You'll be working your butt off, though. It's going to be a lot of work, but that's good. And it's just really a beautiful time for you in life and love. Whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're applying for new jobs, or whether you're not. It's just really a beautiful time. Remember to start saving. Even if you can only save $10 per paycheck, do it. Do what you need to do to get that powerful momentum going, and take a divinely guided chance. All right, my dears, wishing you all so much love. I've kind of went over here, but I have lots to share with you today, obviously. Yeah, much love, many blessings. See you all in the next video. Bye. Hi everyone. Hi Virgos. This is your July Life, Love, and Abundance Oracle reading. We're going to be using the Dear Heart Oracle, the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, the Power of Surrender cards, the Romance Angels Oracle, and the Angels of Abundance, I believe. The Abundance Angels? Yeah, Angels of Abundance Oracle. No tarot this month. We're just using Oracle. Main course is our Mildred Payne. First up, let's look at the overall energies that Virgos will be facing or working through or dealing with in the month of July. Okay. What are the overarching energies that Virgos will be working through or going through in the month of July? Okay, so peace, gratitude. My apologies for the microwave sounding. My daughter is heating up something. Growth. We'll look at all the cards together in just a moment. We're going to lay them all out tonight. Lay all the cards on the table. All right, what do Virgos need to surrender in the month of July to live their best life? I'm going to make sure these are nice and shuffled because that card came out. Oh, these are so hard to shuffle. These are almost damn near impossible to shuffle. Like riffle shuffle, I mean. What do Virgos need to surrender in order to have their best life lived in July? The other card that jumped before was the card for the reading I did before. I just want to make sure it was shuffled good. Okay, any other messages? Any other areas where Virgos need to surrender? 3. Okay. Okay. Surrender to spirit. And surrender your ego. Nice. That's good. I want to make sure we have enough room. Okay. Actually, spirit, in terms of abundance, what will be happening as far as abundance goes for Virgos, and what advice do you have for how can they bring more abundance into their life? Okay. And then we're going to have the Romance Angels Oracle. We're looking at the energies for the month of July for both our singled and coupled up Virgos. What's going to be happening in July in terms of love, and what advice, Spirit, do you have? All right, Virgo. Okay, doing a little differently here. And then finally, we're going to do the lovely Mildred Payne. We're going to do a 3-row, 3 to 5 cards per row spread. And the first row we're looking at is, what do Virgos need to confront in the month of July, or what will they be confronting, and what will they be dealing with and facing in the month of July? Okay. What tools can and will Virgos be using in the month of July to help them navigate and move forward, help them deal with what they will be confronting? Okay. And what are the outcome cards throughout the month of July for Virgos in both life and love, or I should say life, love, and abundance? What's going to be throughout the entire month? What's happening? Okay. Let's take a look at your reading here, my lovely Virgos. All right, so first up that came up was peace, gratitude, and growth in terms of the Dear Heart Oracle. Throughout the month of July, you will be at peace. You'll be the reason why is because you've been in a higher, greater sense of gratitude, and that has propelled a lot of growth in your life. Growth in you, growth around you, growth in the people around you. It's been a beautiful thing to be a part of. A part of it is because in the month of July, you will be surrendering to Spirit. This card says once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let Spirit work its magic for you. This card finds that you will be doing that. You will finally just say, you know what? Spirit, I surrender to you. I surrender this issue to you. I surrender this problem to you. Whatever the case may be, you turn it over to Spirit and you move on, and you're able to grow and have peace and have gratitude about it. It's quite beautiful. It's a beautiful time for you in terms of your spiritual growth. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So you're going to be called to really put aside your ego, and we'll look more in depth as to what's going on there. But sometimes our ego, it has us saying and doing things that we normally probably wouldn't do, and out of just, it's our ego is trying to, in one way, protect us. But sometimes it can overrun our mind and our life, and we can't have that. All right. And then we'll look at these cards in a moment. But 64 is arrow. And so with 64, we have arrow. This is about setting goals. This is about you reaching your success. This is also about sending and receiving messages. And it could definitely represent falling in love. Now, I get a sense that is a very strong possibility. And there is growth that's happening in the relationship. But there's also growth happening in you and your relationship with yourself. We have the Love Yourself First card. No matter if you are single or in a relationship, this is very important that you do. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Where in your relationship are you not putting yourself first? Where are you putting others first all the time? You need to even write it out so you can visually see where it is, what's happening there. In order to be able to feed others and do for others, you have to be able to love yourself first and take care of you and yourself, you and your needs first. It is very important. It's a necessary step. Like if you are a parent, you have to, as difficult as it may be to hear and to say, you have to love yourself first. You know, when they say, you know, you're in the airplane and there's turbulence happening and then the little oxygen masks come falling out, they always say that you as the parent need to put the mask on your face first and then you tend to your children. That is how it needs to be. You need to tend to yourself, love yourself first, and whether you're in a committed relationship or whether you are seeking love. People from a mile away will notice if you're not really having a good self-care plan or if you're not really putting yourself first in relationships. They will see that and they will either try to run all over you or they will leave you. Neither situation you want in your life, whether you're in a committed relationship or not. It is also safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I get a sense that you realize that about your life, about your love life. You're coming into that realization. It is safe for you to love. Your ego was telling you it wasn't safe, that you needed to protect yourself, but you've been able to squelch that and realize that it is safe for you to love and to open up and to be open to new love experiences with someone you may not know or someone you're getting to know or certainly someone you've been with for a good while. So that's something to chew on there. We have Sun. We love the Sun card. Sun card in Oracle or Tarot is just a positive thing. It's about life. It's about power, getting your power back. It's about gaining your energy, having mental clarity. It's about friendships, being grateful for those friendships. The mental clarity part is just super important because in the month of July, you have 27 for Wall. There will be some obstacles coming up. There will be some separations going on. There will be some need for protection, which could be why the ego has popped up. And this is also about ultimately, you're going to have to set some boundaries, and someone will be trying to set boundaries with you, and or someone will be trying to set boundaries with you. Respect them, and you move on. And they, in turn, also will need to respect yours and move on as well. But I don't get a bad sense about that. The Wall with the Sun on top of or next to it, and then the pentagram on the other side is giving me a favorable, situation that's happening or what you're going to be confronting in the month of July. Again, it's about obstacles, but it's about overcoming those obstacles in this sense. I get a sense that you are able to overcome them, but that you overcome them and then you set appropriate boundaries. And that is how you will have some success and happiness and peace in your life. And it could be as quick as a quick conversation or an email or a text, but it'll help smooth things over. Then we have Pentagram. Pentagram is about, keeping your humanity, maintaining humanity for the sake of humanity, right? It is also about the sum of a lifetime of choices, and it's also about material gain. And let's take a look here at these two cards. This is talking about what's happening in the month of July for Virgos, and it's also giving it some advice. It's saying cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. So whatever the situations that you're thinking about in your finances or about your job or anything about your material life, your home, your bills, all that, your savings, all that, it's time to really get clear about and understand that your thoughts and your words have power. So totally eradicate, from your vocabulary any negative connotations surrounding your future or your design of your future. Eliminate that. You need to stay positive. You need to maintain the faith and stay optimistic. And you need to understand that this situation, whether you are a metaphysical seller or a tarot reader or whatever you're doing out there, and you start to feel like the sense of competition, no. Look at it always as a sense of cooperation, and you will not be steered wrong. An example of someone who does that, it seems like it would be Ethany Dawn, who is a tarot reader, but she also now runs an academy. I want to say she has a tarot academy, Tarot Learners Academy, and it's a cooperative effort. She rallies in, many different tarot readers and types of tarot readers, and they all cooperate and work together to teach the community while they get some of the profits, I'm sure, and she gets some of the profits. But it's cooperation instead of competition. She could have looked at these other tarot readers at the top of their game, as competition. Instead, she said, you know what? I'm going to look at it as cooperation. It's quite beautiful, actually. So this is good information here for us. What tools do you have? We have Crow. Good Crow energy. And with the Crow, this is about moving from place to place. Some of you having to move from place to place, having to overcome some bad news, having to deal with bad news, but really needing to get up and move. And so maybe it's time to actually physically dance, move, get grounded. Perhaps it's time to actually move. And maybe you're tired of moving. Maybe it's like, okay, I've been moving. I'm ready to settle. But this one last move will be it for a while. But you're going to probably need to move again. Okay? Just so you know. 52 is for Ankh. And Ankh is about secret knowledge, life, increased awareness, exalted power. Exalted power, increased awareness, surrendering to spirit is what's going on here. You're surrendering to spirit. And then you're doing the work. You're digging up, doing the work. And I'm going to have to apologize, guys. My son is coming into the house, so the door is going to open, but then hopefully he goes upstairs. So anyways, so the shovel card comes up when there's digging up something that needs to be rooted up and kind of pushed up or dug up and come to the surface. And, whatever that is for you, it's going to make way for growth in your life, growth that you can be grateful for. It's going to finally bring a greater sense of peace for you. But it has something to do with your spiritual connection, and your spiritual connection is definitely a tool for you. Following your intuition is certainly a tool for you. The 10 card is for I. It is also another knowledge card that's coming up. It's about remaining vigilant, keeping a lookout for things, making sure, because I see storm clouds are coming. We'll see what that's about in a moment. But yeah, so we have the 10 card, and it's also about remaining honest, remaining authentic with yourself. And that's super important to try to remain as authentic to yourself and your needs throughout every interaction that you do, you know, in this month and moving forward in your job. If someone asks you to do something that doesn't feel right, being, you know, vigilant, standing in your power and standing up for something that you believe in is very important. And you will find that you'll be able to do that. The outcome cards we have is Axe. Okay, so in the month of July, we have the Axe card. It is about conflicts. It is about disputes. For some of you, there will be some estrangement. This card is saying bad news. This is like a message of bad news, like maybe a text message of bad news, of conflicts, not getting along. But you will get a hand, a spiritual hand, some guided spiritual connection, and you'll be able to navigate and get through it, as we see in these cards here. But you're going to have to set some boundaries. You're going to have to do a little inner digging and introspection. You're going to have to face some stormy times, but you'll be okay. You'll be fine. As a result of it, you're going to be in a powerful place to manifest the physical things that you're trying to manifest. Those pentagrams, the pentacles, you'll be able to start to bear witness to the manifestation. We know this to be true because it is above the coin card, and then this is you're going to bear witness to manifesting that. You're going to have a lot to be grateful for. You're going to have a lot of growth happening. I wanted to look though at hand. Let's see, where's hand? Okay, giving or receiving help. So for some of you, you'll definitely be, you know, giving and receiving help, perhaps, you know, for some interviewing for a job. You interview, you give the gift of your time and your essence, and then you receive a job offer. For some of you, this is giving and receiving help, maybe helping family, helping a coworker get caught up on their work, and then in turn you receive a gift from them, or you receive something that maybe not even from them, but just the universe nodding to you, saying, "Hey, I see you out here. I'm right there with you." We have the Storm card. The Storm card is about turbulent times, for sure. Is about at times what feels like dangerous times, and certainly troubled emotions. But that's just a season. It's going to be like towards the middle of July, and you're going to be able to get through it. You'll get through the storm just like you've gotten through many storms before. But on the other side of that is perhaps maybe for some of you a raise, for others of you starting a new business that's become successful, and you gain guidance and insight from a male kind of influence. The boy, you know, this person or entity is playful, they're curious, and they have an untamed enthusiasm. And so this could be someone that you're trying to date. For some of you who are single Virgos, this could represent your partner. Even if you're referring to a woman, they could have that kind of energy about themselves, you know, being playful, curious, untamed enthusiasm. It's going to give you peace in your heart, though. You're going to surrender to spirit, and you're going to kind of surrender and have a playful time in your history, whereas you weren't able to have that before. But yeah, definitely with the coin card and the pentagram, so this card also is about bearing witness. You are definitely going to bear witness to increased wealth, right? Some prosperity, gaining a better position in life. But if you're not careful, it could turn into materialism. But you definitely are going to get a leg up if you haven't already gotten a leg up. And, you know, you've got, again, like it ties back to here, you got to learn to love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. You won't be able to keep anyone if you don't make sure you're showing examples of loving yourself first. There are many dating books out there that can help you. that you may need to consult to really help seal the deal. But really, honestly, you want to, you know, when you love yourself first, you don't have to worry about what kind of mate is going to be coming. You just loving yourself, taking care of your needs, the right mate will just come. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but that's the truth of the matter. And then as far as like for coupled up ones, again, what we spoke of earlier, you've got to be able to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're going to run yourself into the ground and hit some very stormy, unhealthy times. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of love of all. And I get a sense that it's okay to move forward with, you know, with how you wish to move forward now. Okay? All right, Virgo? If you had doubts before, release them, because they're going to hold you back. Okay? So I hope that is helpful information on what you're going to be navigating and going through in the month of July. Of course, nothing is ever set in stone. You can look at this, kind of make a few little shifts and changes and change the trajectory of your own path. And I want to thank you all so much for watching, all your support. Much love, many blessings.